James and Henry are mixed traffic engines, which means they can pull cars and coaches. One thing that both engines hate is shunting. They had once been shut up in the shed by the fat controller for refusing to shunt with Gordon the blue engine. But the three eventually learned their lesson. But the three still dislike shunting. Especially James. The engines were sitting in the yard reminiscing about old times. Hey Henry, remember that one time they tried making a TV show out of our railway, but you came off the rails in the pilot episode? Please don't remind me of that, James. It was a terrible time. The two were also waiting for Duck to arrange some cars for them, but Duck was running rather late. Where on earth could that engine be? I know, we've been waiting for almost an hour now. Just then, the yard manager had came in with some news. I got a phone call from the fat controller. He says that Duck has had an accident. You'll have to fetch your own cars and coaches. Fetch our own? But that's a tank engine's job. Now you should know better, James. 'Cause I've heard of yours, Henry's, and Gordon's little incident at Knapford Station with shunting your own coaches. Don't worry, sir. I'm all right with fetching my own cars and coaches. Good. That's what should be expected from an engine. With that, the yard manager returned to the house. Are we really going to listen to him, Henry? We must listen to him, James. He is the manager of this yard. He could send us to be scrapped, just like the fat controller. Well, I refuse to shunt cars about in the yard. That's a tank engine's job. Do what you want, James, but I'm not going to listen to you. Fine, then. I'll just run away. I'll stay away from here, and so I won't have to shunt trucks. And with that, James left sneakily. Henry didn't care where James went. He just wanted to be really useful himself. So Henry got his own cars and got them ready to leave. Henry left the yard as James's trucks remained in a siding, unshunted. James had found an abandoned siding to stay in along the main line. Later that day, Henry had returned. James's cars are still here. Looked like he refused to shunt. The yard manager was waiting for Henry at the yard. Henry, could you please take these coaches to Knapford Station and then take James's passenger train? Yes, sir. I will right away. Also, if you see James, tell him I'd like a word. Yes, sir. Henry took the train out of the yards. Right about as Henry left, James came into the yard sneakily. But there waiting for him was the yard manager. Uh-oh. James, I had a special job for you after you take those trucks. But since you didn't, you'll be doing Henry's freight work for the next week. Henry's freight work? But Henry's freight work is all just a bunch of smelly fish. Now there's no need to complain. Yeah, so I'm sorry, sir. Now finish up your freight work for today, and Henry will be doing your coach work for a week. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. With that, James puffed away. Now I think James deserved his punishment. Don't you?